Okay, so another quick one, because one of my most popular videos is for pelvic floor support, and I can really understand why. And a lot of people actually say to me, look, I don't want to be one of those people that loses function of the organs later in life. And if you have close contact with an elderly member of the family, you work with the elderly, you are going to see a lot of this. Statistically, prolapse is very high. And thankfully, it is very, very preventable. So this one will support that. Okay. I'm going to ask you to be a little bit open-minded about this one, because it's not your usual practice. You need to be able to position your pelvis so that you are sitting directly on the heel. Now, the heel is obviously curved. We're going to be using that to help lift the pelvic floor into a supported position. That's going to, in fact, prop your organs higher where they're more youthful, more vital, more functional. But it's likely to feel unfamiliar, so just go gently and sit yourself comfortably as possible. You don't want to push it too hard, too fast, but gradually you can let your body relax around the curve of the heel. Now you can of course use the rest of your body as you need to position yourself comfortably. And some say that one knee is strained, so of course try the other side. And then we're just using the weight of the body itself under the influence of gravity to soften down. And ultimately it should feel quite satisfying, that contact. It's like the body wants to be lifted inwardly. Okay, so now that you've settled into it, you're familiarising with the sensation, you might even notice the feeling around the heel. So if you take your attention to one side, you'll feel that it is a deep massage, and then you can suss out the other side. And when you take your mind into your body, not only are you developing the neural connection, but you're also helping to avoid any resistance or pulling back, which often interferes with our body changes. So you're taking your mind, you can have a feel into the back of the back passage, and that'll be just in front of your tailbone. And you can also sense to the front. That'll be behind your pubic bone. Okay, now a lot of people tell me that they're not sure if the pelvic floor is actually active. So in my earlier video, that's a number of years old now, we have a few different practices, one for the different O's, one for the elevator. But if the pelvic floor is very sleepy, it may take some time to connect. So that's not an esoteric suggestion. That is quite physically the brain connecting through the spinal cord, through the peripheral nerves that stem from your sacrum to the very tissues. And you're then getting direct feedback from the sensation, that very pressure. Learning about this at the moment in neuroscience. It's your C fibers, I do believe, and that's sending the messages back to the spinal cord, which then returns the message to the brain. And that very direct highway is getting stronger physically, just by paying attention. Okay, so finally here, we're going to take an inhale and breathe down to the sensation. That's going to apply gentle pressure. And then as you exhale, feel the muscles gripping around the heel, and you should feel a tangible change. Now again, if there's any pain, err on the side of caution. Just paying attention is enough. If all feels well, there'll be a sense of satisfaction, in which case you can squeeze that little bit more. Keep the breath flowing. The exhale offers the opportunity to engage. And ultimately, we're looking to build the stamina in these muscles. So we want to keep the muscles switched on, almost as though you're going to pick up the heel from the ground with these very round muscles. So the muscles do work as a sphincter. So as they shorten, they close in around the heel. So we'll hold here for one more breath. Again, inhale, take the breath down to the sensation. And this time as you exhale, give a strong surge up such that you may feel a ripple effect come on up through your spine. And if that happens, when the time is right, that's a wonderful, wonderful feedback that indeed your pelvic floor is growing stronger and indeed it's having an influence through the whole of your body. Okay, now to come out, it's important also that we're very sensitive. It's of course a very private part of your body, I guess, very personal. So you might have the tendency to want to keep it engaged, and that's actually a great thing. Hopefully reset the bar. And it's likely to feel quite warm. It's likely to feel there's lots of circulation. That's good. Keep drawing it up. It's a natural protection for the pelvic floor, also for your organs. So to recover, keep it lifted and bring yourself into a comfortable child pose. And that completes our pelvic floor practice for today. I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.